We are into the lower bracket semifinal. TRK falling to NAS in Game 5. Nwpo advancing past Vatira in Game 5. And these two beat each other. Nwpo still with 1 life left. And TRK now with 1 life left. He started with 2. He's going to have to get a win against Nwpo, who pops off on the first goal. TRK, a little unorthodox setup, couldn't really get it going. Nwpo sees his opportunity to dive. Not something you're going to get away with at this highest level. He's failing to get those kind of setups. TRK known for loving that wall to air dribble, specifically making the play as he gets to the ground. Nwpo, which, you know, Nwpo, you're not going to get away with that at the highest level. Nwpo just flipping past the ball allows TRK to get on the board. The angle is easy for a guy like Nwpo, as the kickoff win gets him a 3-1 lead. Another double standard kickoff from both these guys. Nwpo making it look like he's going to attack the ball early, but pulling off of it and then playing it on the bounce instead. Always been a strong suit of him. His ability to constantly stay moving, make it nearly impossible for the defender to read him. It's a kickoff win for TRK, now back the other way. Last time we saw him in the air, it was a bit lackluster. This time, much better. As he gets multiple resets, sees Nwpo waiting on the goal line and fakes him in order to beat him by rolling the ball. Nwpo able to score off of another kickoff win. Just runs it straight down the middle. This is the tail end of his flick. Take a 3-goal lead. Another matched standard kickoff. Expect to see a mix-up here, as that volatility is not something that one of them is going to want. And I guess right now it's Nwpo. TRK has had a couple win-outs. Could play a much safer strategy, but it will be another matched standard kickoff. Nwpo with another win as he tries to force that ball to the right and try to force this one to the left. TRK will win, as it seems like these two have almost agreed to just go standard. Basically expecting standard kickoffs from both of them now. TRK definitely should have adjusted by now, and he has not made that adjustment. Another set of standards on the diagonals. TRK maybe heard Nwpo flipping away and thought that was a flip towards the ball, and so bailed off of it in an attempt to prep for that touch, but that touch never came. Now it does come. Nwpo having to use that flip not to way overshoot it. He'll dive on the ball again. No boost now for TRK. Decides to play passive as Nwpo tips the ball up and then is able to sneak it underneath. So 8-3 with 3 minutes on the clock. Nwpo feeling invigorated by his previous Game 5 win. TRK did play his round early and had to wait around to see who he's going to play against. Looks like it's going to be his ex-teammates, which, by the way, should be noted. The Falcons, which were previously TRK, Ahmad, and Nwpo briefly ever since Game 8, are now going to be TRK, Rawas, and Kaliers. After Rawas and Kaliers leaving Rule 1 and both Nwpo and Ahmad leaving the Falcons, it was stated that Nwpo leaving because of circumstances that would not allow him to play lands, basically, is what would be implied, not be able to travel with the team. And Ahmad, basically, performance issues, which is to say, anytime someone gets kicked, I would imagine that's usually the explanation. Placed both of them with the Twins. Now, I think Nwpo just won MVPs for the team. He's going to score again as he continues to run it up. So I doubt that the reason why he was dropped from the team was anything more than that. By all means, his performance has been stellar, and it always has been since he's been of RLCS age. But unfortunately, doesn't seem like he'll be able to play international tournaments. And so, I did speculate. He did play RLCS. In theory, he could have made international tournaments when he was playing in his previous seasons. but not really. The Falcons had full control over Mina when he was playing, and I don't think he really expected to qualify for that international LAN, one that was almost surely the Falcons' spot. Now, of course, in practice they won every single regional and confirmed that to be true, and TRK is not liking this fake kickoff. He's going to forfeit, so 12-4 will be, actually I think they probably forfeited before and the admin was late, but either way, 12-4 will be the win for Nwpo. Game number 2 between TRK and Nwpo. 12-4. Quite a ridiculous scoreline, if we're being honest. A lot of that had to do with the kickoffs. We got a little bit sidetracked. I want to make sure you guys stay up to date with the TRK Nwpo Falcons Rule 1 news, in case you have missed any of that. Now you have a bit of a refresher. I think there was speculated bad blood when these two matched up against each other, but like I said, I actually don't think that there was bad blood. I got the impression that this team would gladly continue to play with Nwpo if it were possible. Why wouldn't you? I mean, he's winning tournaments, winning MVPs for the team. It would be certainly silly to have him leave now. I think it was really just off of his own decision almost. And so I wouldn't expect anyone to be mad about that, as TRK plays a bit passive here at the start of the game and gets himself on the board. TRK backing off what he was hoping was a kickoff win, as he recognizes Nwpo looking to steal possession. Now Nwpo intercepted this one at ceiling heights. Into an air dribble. The reset is somehow over the top of TRK. I think we were watching, wow, what a recovery from TRK. It's a great save. I think we were watching Nwpo Vatira earlier, where I talked about how the window where you can pop the ball over the defender but under the crossbar is very small, and yet Nwpo found it. Almost, I should say. Because it did go crossbar down, and TRK ultimately did recover to get the save. But now, Nwpo scores. Retakes the lead. TRK trying to play that kickoff into his back corner. Can't quite do so. Does so, I should say, but Nwpo chasing him down. Didn't seem like he was going to get a clear possession, but that is the way it worked out. And able to dodge the demo, score the open shot. 2-2. Nwpo kickoff 50. Jumping immediately after his dash to set up a second dash. But it's going to lead to nowhere. That was a bit of a mix-up on the post. TRK, I think, was going to be searching for that bottom right corner either way. But the only reason it scores so easily is because of that mechanical mistake from Nwpo. He's going to go to an air dribble bump. TRK says no. So he gets up over the top of it and counters for a fourth. A good bounce back. I think, what was that last one? 12-4. So TRK, within 2 minutes, has already matched his offensive output, and maybe even more importantly, has kept Nwpo to only 2. Nwpo with a huge pop of the ball, using air roll, sending it soaring over the top of TRK. In fact, he's not even going to need to touch it again, as that's more than enough to get it to the nets. TRK half flipping into the kickoff. Or I shouldn't say, he didn't half flip into the kickoff, half flip into the continuation of the kickoff. That goes Nwpo's way. Are we still seeing standard kickoffs from both? I mean, not both. TRK went standard, but it's wave dash kickoff for Nwpo. A decent mix-up. That's TRK looking for ball or car. Looks like he had to settle for car with a slight bump. This play is directly over the top of TRK, so back in the lead is Nwpo. Diagonal kickoff. Mirrored standard goes in TRK's favor. Nwpo sends this one soaring to the ceiling. Probably not the best position for him to play it with. You have to imagine TRK with the boost advantage wants that ball high in the air, and that's ultimately, the way it works out, TRK getting a clean possession. He's going to take a rolling ball before flicking it in directly under the crossbar. 5-5 with 1:58 left to go. It's another double standard kickoff. TRK trying to force it to the right. Gets the first save and the second save. Does he have the third save as well? No. Nwpo gets it to 6-5 off the kickoff. TRK still going standard. He has had a couple go his way. Like I said, it's just very volatile. And I guess while behind, maybe not a bad idea, though he's not behind by a ton. Able to intercept Nwpo's dribble now. Nwpo trying to pass to himself off the back wall. TRK out in front of that. Notices Nwpo slowing down. Oh my goodness, he thought that Nwpo was going to dive early. When Nwpo didn't, he decided to back down and say, oh, I guess I do have time. I don't need to rush it. And then that's when Nwpo dives. So a mix-up from Nwpo gets TRK convinced to not protect the net. Now a demo off the respawn. And it's 8-5, so Nwpo pulling away. A bit of separation between himself and TRK now. A separation that has not been there. In fact, TRK is starting the game in the lead. It is, I think we said it was 4-2, right? So it's a 6-1 run now for Nwpo. Make it a 7-1 run. 9-5. It seems like it's slipping out of TRK's hands right now. Another double standard kickoff goes in favor of TRK as Nwpo thinks about the ceiling challenge but heads back to the side wall, but it looks like he got TRK to get rid of the possession. Now bounce dribble, slot top right. What placement. Saw TRK going in and out of the net and knew that his lateral movements would be weak and decides to punish that by putting it off to the right side. Of course, on top of that, why not perfect placement vertically as well and tuck it directly into the corner. If your name's Nwpo, that's no problem. Pre-flips underneath this one. We'll just reset, allow TRK to get a clean open field possession. And it's going to be an eligible 50. He could not undercut him. Nwpo landed awkward on top of TRK and yet still got the save. TRK, nice outplay. It'll be a catch and oh my goodness. Was that accidental? I guess he just maybe didn't want to score because he knew he wasn't going to get 5. That's my only explanation. Nwpo will stop that from going in. I mean, that seems super intentional from TRK to not bring it towards the net. And the only thing I can explain is he decided he wasn't going to get 5, so he didn't want a goal replay. But now here he is extending the play. So I don't know. The ball hits the ground, and now is the time to bring up that TRK goes on to forfeit the third game. He does not play the third game. TRK, before the day, I heard by Johnny saying at the beginning of the pre-show that he was not feeling well. So ultimately, I think the way the first 2 games went, how he wasn't feeling too great, decided not worth playing the third game. So TRK will not advance. It'll be Nwpo off of a 2-0, technically a 3-0, but the third match being a forfeit. So Rawas and Nwpo playing in the semifinal. And on the other side of the bracket, well, I'll let you guys find out by watching Johnny's video.